Let's go. How's it going, Richie?
Yeah, good. You okay?
Good. Listen, before we start this official thing, I've got something to show you.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Go ahead, kid.
I've got to say this, Richard, you fucked up.
Why?
You fucked up big time.
Go on.
Because you fucking let Dominic Cruz. Can you see my screen?
Oh my God.
You
Zach,
fucking let
nothing. That is the worst one ever.
You fucking let Dominic Cruz.
Oh, you want to play this game, do you? You want to play with me?
Second round.
Fuck you.
Dominic Cruz has come out and said, you, Keith Peterson, were drinking, smoking on the job.
Go on, tell me why he looks like me. Tell me how. 2 reasons.
Okay,
give me 2. Just 2.
The picture of you on Facebook, I can't find it. I was looking for it before we started this, where you've got a skinhead and you look the spit of Keith Peterson.
Is that it?
That's it. I mean, you look like it. What more do you want?
Right. Can we talk about Joanna Jędrzejczyk? Everybody who's watching this, just Google Joanna champion. Just Google Joanna champion.
That was an awful stoppage. Well, you
No, wait, I'm not ready. Let's not talk about this yet. Last time we just jumped straight into it. I was a bit nervous. That is the worst start to a podcast I've ever seen, Zach. Because that looks nothing like me, so you better take that back off. We got straight into it last time. We didn't really give an intro. But me and Zach over the past 2 years have gone back and forth, starting a podcast, not starting a podcast. And then we just got to the point last week and we said, right, fuck it, let's just do it. Let's just roll with it and see what happens. And here we are. It's not going to be about anything specific. We are going to cover all different sports, but mainly UFC because that's what we're into. That's what we're passionate about. And that's the fucking one. So here we go, episode 2. Zach, what are you saying?
Let's do it, baby. Literally, I just finished watching UFC 249 just then, so it's still fresh in my mind. So let's
talk
just
to
go
me. What's on the
top?
What's on the? No, fuck the beginning. We're going from the opposite this time.
You want to go in main event?
Main event straight away. Let's go.
Oh my God, fine. I literally just finished watching that fight, Gaethje versus Ferguson. What did I say? I cannot believe that Ferguson's chin held up that long. I'm shocked. Fuck? Normally he gets rocked all over the place, but it wasn't until like the later rounds that he started getting on those like wobbly jelly legs.
I mean, it's normally every time we see a Ferguson fight, he just puts it on people and he just batters people everywhere. But he got fucking battered, didn't he? He got fucking battered from pillar to post. He was taking shot after shot after shot, and he kept being there. And that's the first time I've ever seen anybody even come close to breaking Tony Ferguson. And at the end of that fight, he was broke. He had nothing. He's just there, and you can like shaking his head. I can't fucking believe this. He's just getting clobbered, and he was still there. But he's one tough motherfucker.
I mean, it's weird with that stoppage was a weird one. Like it definitely needed to be stopped. Dean did an amazing job, but just the way it finished, Tony didn't even try and argue with the referee.
Nah, he
was done.
Yeah, he was done.
Like as soon as he got caught, what was it with that left hook and then the right after it? It was just like you said, just shaking his head like that. It was weird.
He was done. I mean, you can only take so much damage as a human being. I'd actually question whether he's human or not because he took a serious amount of damage.
Gaethje fucked him up.
Oh, it was like bomb after bomb after bomb, and he was still stood there. But to me, Ferguson didn't look the same guy. And do you know why I think? I think the weight cut that he did 3 weeks ago, and he made 155 pounds, and he cut a lot of weight to make it. I think that's not done him any favours. And I said to you when I saw him on the scale on Friday, he looks skinny. You know, like normally you're seeing these athletes and they're fit as fiddles, they'll run all day, they'll do weights all day, they're fit athletes. When you see him on the scale, they look skinny, but you can still see the muscles, like even in between the ribs and around the rib cage. And to me, he just looks... He didn't look himself. He looked skinny. He didn't look skinny strong. Whereas when they jump in on a scale and they're cutting weight, they look skinny strong. And then the day after, when they're blown back up, they're all blown up. But he didn't look like the same guy to me.
Yeah, when he came out for the fight, I was looking at his face, and it didn't look like full or blown up like it normally is. It looked like it was what's the word for it when it's like jaunted.
Gone.
Oh, full on. He looked like a zombie walking out. But then when he was fighting, I feel like he looked good. But then Gaethje just had his number. He was clocking him every single time. And for the first time ever, Ferguson was hesitating.
Yeah,
he was getting in there, and he knew, like what Joe Rogan said, he knew that he was going to get clocked with the counter every single time. So he stopped throwing those punches. And then when Gaethje started throwing those leg kicks straight after it, oh my God, brutal.
He had nothing. Brutal. Ferguson never got going. I mean, he caught Gaethje, didn't he, in the second round with that like uppercut. And that probably did a bit of damage, but nothing. He had nothing for him whatsoever. I just feel like he didn't find his rhythm. He didn't get going. I think to me, I was watching Gaethje and I thought, Gaethje's like thinking, what the fuck's going on here? I expected more than this, because you hear Gaethje talking before the fight and he was talking about how he wants to get cut and he's ready for a war and he knows Ferguson, it's hard. But I think when Ferguson was hitting him, I think he just thought, what the fuck? I can deal with this. But that we'd never seen a Justin Gaethje like that before, ever. He's a new man.
I feel like if the Gaethje and I said this last time, I feel like if the Gaethje that turned up against Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier fought Ferguson, he would have lost within the first 4 rounds. But because this new Gaethje's come out and he's taking his time, like even when he rocked Ferguson and he was on like wobbly legs, he still just walked over to him, picked his shots, took his time, and he didn't even choose to finish him there. And then, even though he could, but he didn't want to risk it. He played a much smarter game. And then going into that 5th round, his coach was like, listen, don't get complacent. Last time that you fought like this, you were doing amazing. You got complacent, was against Alvarez and was against Dustin, and you lost in the later rounds. So his coach kind of gave him a head check because he looked like he was like looking all over the place, like he'd already won. And I feel like if his coach didn't give him that pep talk before it may have been a different result, because Tony, whether he's getting battered for 4 rounds, 5 rounds, he's still a dangerous guy no matter what.
Yeah, 100%. And with what you're saying in between the rounds there, when his coach was talking to him, I've never seen a fighter after 4 rounds, 20 minutes of fighting, look up at his coach in his corner and just be like, fuck yeah, I'm loving this. He's a different breed. He's just born and bred to fight, and he just loves to fight. But he wound him back in a little bit, he calmed him down. But I mean, he put it on Ferguson. I've never seen anybody break Ferguson like that. He was just a different man.
I'm honestly shocked that Ferguson could take those shots.
Yeah, me too.
I'm shocked. Normally he's rocked straight off the bat. That first round, second round, he was taking shots that knocked out Cerrone. You know what I'm saying?
But when you say taking shots, but he would have took about 45, 50 of them shots, would you say? Like knockout shots. Yeah, knockout shots, he took at least 40 or 50 of them. They would just come in one after another. But I'll tell you something else, what's strange. I mean, when you look at it, it's strange how the stars are all aligned for Justin Gaethje, because he wasn't in this. And all the media talking before, if the stars were going to line up for anybody, it wasn't going to be him, because they were all on about skipping Justin Gaethje, and then McGregor's going to come back and he's going to fight the winner, or he's going to fight someone else. But it's all just aligned and everything's gone perfect. And I think another thing that did help him, just getting back to it, is the crowd. No crowd. Because
you think that helped Gaethje?
Yeah, big time, because he gets lost, and when they're in the pocket and they're throwing hands, he's like tense, and the crowd's roaring, he's loving it because he wants to fight and he feels like a gladiator in Rome. But with the crowd not being there, he couldn't get lost in it. He just stepped back, reset, and he's like, no problem, mate, we'll bounce a bit, and then I'll just hit you again with a left hook or right overhand. And it just kept happening again and again and again. And Ferguson, he didn't have anything, did he? He just, to me, he didn't look himself.
I think Gaethje gives Khabib more trouble than Ferguson would have, based off of that fight.
100%.
Like, I was thinking it because Gaethje's a wrestler. Like, he's got that wrestling background, so he could potentially stuff Khabib's takedowns and just stand and bang with him. And when he throws that left hook and that right hand straight after it, oh my God, he could knock Khabib out. I mean, look at the fight with Michael Johnson when Khabib fought him. He rocked Khabib.
Yeah, he wobbled him, didn't he?
If Justin catches him with one of those hands, both hands he's got power in, he could knock him out. I'd love to see that fight. I'm more excited to see that fight now than I was to see the Ferguson fight.
Yeah, I am. But can we touch on Ferguson a little bit more? Because I'm fucking gutted for him, you know. I'm gutted for him. Think about what he's been through, right? He's won 12 fights straight in the UFC. The last time he lost, he had a broken arm against Michael Johnson. So he's won 12 straight. He should have had maybe 3-4 title shots. But he's had all them good fights and everything, but he's never fought for an undisputed title in the UFC still.
But this is the thing this is the thing when you're an athlete of that level, like Tony is, you believe in your mindset. It doesn't matter who I fight. I'm the best in the world. I'm gonna beat fucking everyone. So when Justin stepped up,
and he has
fight, he stepped. Literally, Tony was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll fight anyone," and he just shows his mindset. But last night he wasn't good enough. He thought he was the best in the world. Maybe he still does. Who knows? But Justin came out last night a frigging superstar. He's gonna fight Khabib. He's gonna beat Khabib. He's gonna beat McGregor, and he's gonna be the best.
He's a fucking problem. He's a fucking problem. I'm telling you. He just causes problems to everyone. But I'm still gutted about Ferguson. I think it's a cruel sport as it is. He's just took a beating for 23 minutes and he got boomed about everywhere. I mean, think of the headache and the injuries he's going to have tomorrow morning or this morning. Fucking hell.
I'm not shocked that he lost, though. I'm not. He always gets clipped. He always gets caught.
I just think... I think he half knew as well, though, me. Even when you look at his... I don't know, even when you look at his interview in the Octagon after, he even said himself he's been training till November. And sometimes your own worst enemy, when you're that fit and you're that much of an athlete and you're that big of he's a monster, isn't he? And in his own head, he's a monster. His nickname's El Cucuy, which is the boogeyman in Spanish. But he's his own worst enemy because he's just been training since November. But he's not training like me and you were training. We just do an hour a day here and there. He's training as in 6 hours a day, every day from November. Yeah, and he's not giving his body the nutrients and the proteins and everything else it needs because he's not fueling his body because he's trying to keep his weight low as well. And it's like a scale, isn't it? Like he's going to tip the scales. If you're training this much but only putting this much food in, it's going to tip the scale and it's never going to come up. And you've got to find that balance, haven't you?
I get that, but Tony's been training like that for his entire career. Do you know what I mean? It's easy looking back now and saying, "Oh, he overtrained," but he's been training like that his entire career. I just think Justin looked so good last night that he made Tony not look good. Dana White's come out and said Tony looks slow. He didn't look like himself. I disagree completely. I think Justin made him look like that because he was so good last night.
Yeah, I totally agree. But with you saying he's been training for that like that for 12 years, does that not take a toll on you?
100%.
Chael Sonnen did an interview, I don't know if it was recently or a few months back, and he said he's seen Tony Ferguson train. He'll go with the biggest guy, doesn't wear any headgear, and he just goes full blown with everybody. That's got to take its toll. And he's getting clipped every fight, and he's getting dropped every fight. And it can only set you so far before your chin starts. Well, his chin's still there, isn't it? Because he didn't even get knocked out.
I feel like his chin got better last night. Like he's fought so many people where he's got rocked off like a jab or something like that. But last night, he was getting caught with bombs and he was just walking forward like it was nothing. It was only in the later rounds when he started like wobbling all over the place. But that stoppage, that was so weird. It was a great stoppage by Herb Dean, but it was such a weird one.
Do you think?
Like, you think someone's mindset like Tony Ferguson, who's so mentally strong, you don't ever expect them to look like that. And like, he didn't give up, but he didn't want to fight anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? And Herb Dean saw that.
But that's just something we've never seen in Ferguson. We didn't even know he had an ounce of quit in him. But you can only go so far. He's human, isn't it? And when you're getting beat on like that, and you know your face is a mess, and you know you're 4 rounds. It was 4 rounds down. Would you say?
Maybe that second round when he caught him with the uppercut, he might have won that. So
could go either way, but I'd say it's more than likely 3 rounds to 1. He's been beat up. He's been hit with some mega shots. And he knows his face is busted up because he's feeling the pain and they've got adrenaline rushing through him. But it can only set you so far, that adrenaline, and it only lasts for so long. And when you know you're that beat up and you're that... there was no way around it. He wasn't going to clip Justin with a lucky punch because Justin Gaethje's got a good chin on him as well, hasn't he? But, oh man, I feel for Ferguson because I like him. But on to new things now with Gaethje.
It was brutal at the end when Gaethje went over to hug him. It was pretty much straight after.
Yeah, it was straight after.
And Ferguson just pushed him away and Gaethje was like, "Listen, assholes never win," or something. What did he say to him? Something about assholes?
He said he was a big fan of him or something, didn't he?
No, but when Ferguson pushed him away, Gaethje was like, "Oh, assholes never win." Or you don't get anywhere. Yeah, that was it. You don't get anywhere being an asshole. But then they were hugging after it. It's just raw emotions, isn't it? Because inside Ferguson's head, he was never going to lose that fight.
Think of what he's just lost. He's not just lost the fight. He's lost $1 million. Yeah, he's lost $1 million paychecks. He's lost the Khabib fight, like you say, which would have gone down in history for sure. Oh, he's lost a lot. I feel for him, and for me, this is going to be his biggest mental battle yet. He had the injury, didn't he, when he should have fought Khabib, and he did something to his knee, and he had to have about 60 stitches down the side, or was it staples? He had about 50 to 100 staples down the side of his leg, and he come back from that, and that must have been a mental battle. But this is going to take some coming back now. But he will, because he's a fucking savage and he fights, and chances are I'm going to feel sorry for the next person that fights him, because he's going to be fired up and he's going to be recovered, rested, and he's going to be ready to go.
I think one or two things is going to happen in Ferguson's next fight. Either he's going to take his time, rest up like his body needs it, or he's going to rush straight back into there as soon as he's cleared to fight, and he's going to get knocked out again, and he's just going to go down that road. I said in the last podcast, I think he's going to lose this fight. Gaethje's going to finish him. I thought he was going to finish him in the first round, finished him in the fifth. But I feel like Tony, he's just on a downhill trajectory now. The way he fights, it's he takes too much punishment. You can't take punishment like that. You know what I mean? Look at someone like McGregor. He doesn't really take, apart from the Diaz fights, he doesn't really take too much punishment. He's got good head movement, good boxing. But Tony, he takes shots to give shots, and you can only do that for so long.
Well, that's what Gaethje's game was when he first came into the UFC, wasn't it? But then after he lost the Eddie Alvarez fight and the Dustin Poirier fight, he knew that if he wants to have a decent career and be one of the best, then he's got to change his game up, because it's all good when you're coming up and you're just fighting average guys that are not taking it serious or as serious as you are. But when you get to the top, the very, very top of the elite fighters, there's not much, you can't go wrong in You've just got to be right at the top. You cannot have 1 second off. You've got to be on it constantly.
Well, that's the thing with MMA. As soon as you have one bad fight, every fan in the world thinks that fight is shit. And then as soon as they have a good fight, they think they're the best in the world. So all it takes is for Tony is to have one good performance, and everyone will be like, oh, he just had one bad night against Gaethje. It was just one of those. We'll see how he looks in his next fight.
But who would you say, what's his matchup for the next fight? And I know we're talking early now, and he's got some serious recovery, but who would you chuck him in there with? Let's say he fights again in August, September maybe. Who would you chuck him in there with?
I mean, he could fight McGregor. That's a big fight. Because
I think
Gaethje's going to fight Khabib next. They can't give Conor Khabib. Or they can't give Khabib Conor, rather. Gaethje's got to fight Khabib next. And who's Conor going to fight?
Diaz trilogy. No,
Masvidal's welterweight, do you know what I mean?
I think, well, it could be Masvidal, but it could be the Diaz trilogy.
Dan Hooker versus Tony Ferguson would be a sick fight.
Yeah, it would. Fucking hell, that would be a good fight. I don't know, time will tell, won't it? But let's talk about when this Khabib and Justin thing's going to happen. What's going to go down then?
I mean, when did Khabib say he wants to fight him?
August, September.
I mean, when they fight, I will be watching that live. I'll be staying up for that. Hopefully,
we'll be getting fucked up for that.
Hopefully, this will all be over and then we can friggin' watch it together.
Yeah, 100%.
On the Steam train. But I think Khabib takes him down again. Maybe Justin I don't know. You just don't know how that fight's going to go. If he stuffs his takedowns, if Justin can stuff Khabib's takedowns, then he's going to win that fight in the stand-up, because he's got better stand-up than Khabib.
Yeah. Do you know what I want to see?
It's going to be a long night for Justin.
I want to see Khabib in trouble. I want to see Khabib have to come back and recover. I want to see how much of a champion he is when he's down, he's cut and he's bloody and he's tired, and you're deep into the fourth round, deep into the fifth round. I want to see him come back from a fight where he's down or he's really, really having to dig his heels in and try, because no one's really done that to him, have they? He's never been cut. He's never been bruised. No one's ever busted his nose. He's never had a black eye. I want to see someone give him some serious fucking trouble. And Justin Gaethje's, I mean, even with the leg kicks, he'll cause him some trouble with them leg kicks. But then he's also got to be careful throwing them, because as soon as he throws them when he's off balance, the takedown's straight there for Khabib.
Exactly. But that's the thing. Like, everyone says, oh, I want to see them in a dogfight. I want to see what their heart's like. But it just shows how fucking good Khabib is. Yeah. He's in there dominating every single person he fights.
Yeah, controls everything.
Obviously you want to see if he's got heart in that, but he's stepping inside a cage in front of millions of people and beating the shit out of the best athletes in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he might just do that again to Justin if Justin can't defend the takedown.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
It's like with Ronda Rousey. When Ronda Rousey was at the top of her game, everyone knew what she was going to do, but they couldn't stop it until Holly Holm fought her.
Yeah.
All it takes is one person to find a hole in Khabib's game, stuff that takedown, and finish him in the stand-up. But whether or not they can do that, because he's so fucking good at that one thing, taking him down.
But another thing is everybody has the time, don't they?
What do you mean?
Has it been Khabib's time?
Do
you know what I mean? Like I say it, when there's an underdog and you've got 2 title fights on a card, there's always an upset and everybody always has the time, apart from John Jones.
John Jones, man, he's just on another level.
Yeah, but everybody has the time. And this, going back to Ferguson, has he had his time? It's up in the air. It's 50-50, isn't it?
I just feel like he's going to be one of the... I mean, I hope I'm completely wrong, but I feel like he's going to be one of those fighters who just prolongs his career, takes too much damage because he's got something to prove now, because he still thinks he's at the top of the division. Yeah. He obviously still is, but Gaethje dominated him last night. And
it wasn't even a contest, was it?
I don't think it was even because Ferguson had a bad night. I just think Gaethje made him look bad because he was so much better than him last night.
He's world class.
When he started throwing those leg kicks, oh my God. If he throws leg kicks like that against Khabib, I've never seen anyone throw leg kicks against Khabib like that.
No.
That might affect the wrestling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's going to, I mean... Like, who was it? Henry Cejudo was saying against Dominic Cruz, what was the game plan? What was the tactics? I wanted to bust the tyres. So that's why he's chopping at legs. And if Justin can do that to Khabib, he's going to make him more desperate to take it down. And when he's more desperate, he's looking for that takedown and he's making it obvious and he can get cracked. And even injuries, you know what? I've never seen anybody come out of a Tony Ferguson fight with no injuries. He had a cut on his finger, didn't he? Because he said he ended up punching his tooth or something. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Cut on his finger, busted lip, but nothing, no cuts. I mean, I think he's come out of that pretty unscathed, to be honest. Because I said in the other podcast, whatever happens, these two are going to be out for a long, long time. But there's only going to be one person that's maybe... I mean, Ferguson might get a 6-month suspension.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he took some damage, that's for sure.
It was a war, but it was Gaethje doing what Gaethje did to Ferguson, what Ferguson has done to every single one of his opponents, bloodied them up, broken them. And when Tony shook his head at the end of that 5th round, oh my God, I was shocked. It was a great stoppage by Herb Dean, but the stoppage on the fight prior, the one that you did,
should we get the card up?
Yeah, that stoppage was fucking awful. That's one of the worst stoppages I've ever seen. Like, Dominic Cruz was not out of that at all. Henry was definitely winning that fight without a shadow of a doubt, but Dominic Cruz was coming back into that. He was starting to build some momentum.
Yeah, he hit him with a good knee. First of all, he hit him with a good knee.
2 seconds left. 2 seconds left.
Is that all that was left?
Yeah, look, it says 4.
Yeah. I didn't even realise that. Yeah, he should have let it go on. And even Cruz, when he had his interview after, he was saying, I was trying to get up to my feet, but as I'm getting up to my feet and I'm using my arms to push up, I can't always protect myself. He's got to find that way so he can get back to his feet and start defending again.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't defend himself as he's getting up. But, yeah, I'm a bit gutted for Cruz. And then Henry Cejudo gets the belt or defends the belt and then says he's retiring. What do you think of that?
Before we get into that, I just want to go back to the stoppage a second. I feel like because the ref is in front of these two guys and he can fucking hear everything, there's no crowd roaring. It's a lot more real. So when he sees Henry on top of Dominic beating the shit out of him, it looks a lot worse than it actually is. And I think because the crowd wasn't there, that plays a huge factor in him stopping that fight. I think if the crowd wasn't there, he wouldn't have been able to hear the punches as much and he would have let it go. But because there was no crowd there, he could hear everything. He stopped that fight premature. I think that played a big part in it.
Yeah, but I think it would have been interesting as well if the fight would have gone on. Henry Cejudo, I mean, they clashed heads, didn't they? And he had a bit of a cut. And I thought that would have been interesting because you've never really seen Cejudo in trouble. He had a cut on his head. He had blood going into his eyes. So if that would have gone into another round, that would have been interesting. But I was hoping Cruz's footwork would be there. And I think as time would have gone on, he would have started getting more comfortable and getting more in his rhythm. But he's been out for a long time, and so you can't take anything away from him. He's still a top-class fighter.
Then he was out ages against before he fought TJ Dillashaw, and he beat him to win the title. I feel like if that went a little bit longer, he would have started picking Henry apart. You know what I'm saying? The first round, the second round, Henry, without a doubt, he won that fight 100% the first 2 rounds. But the longer the fight goes, the better Dominic generally gets. You know what I'm saying? But I'll put my hands up and say, listen, Henry is a fucking beast.
He is a beast, isn't
last night. He looked great.
This is probably going to upset you. So, when I was prepping and getting all the audio set for the podcast last week, we did a bet, didn't we? And I opened my Bet365 account and I had some money in there that I totally forgot about.
Yeah.
And I think we picked, was it 6 or 7 fights?
Yeah.
Remember? And we put it on and I said, right, should we do this? And he said, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
One fight let us down for $4,000.
You're joking.
No.
What fight was it?
Cruz.
Oh my God, are you joking me? Oh, my fucking eyelash has just gone on my eye.
One fight let us down. If Cruz had won, would have been 4 bags up, $2,000 each.
Oh my fucking! Just that one fight, is that it? No other.
Yeah. The Jacare Souza was on it, but obviously that was called off, so that didn't count. So the odds might have been slashed a little bit, but we still probably would have got $2 or $3,000.
That is gutting. Because if we were watching that live, after the first round of the Henry Cejudo Cruz fight, we probably would have cashed out looking at how it was going.
Oh yeah, because the cash out would have been $1,000, wouldn't it?
Yeah, easy. Fuck.
There's always next time, isn't there?
I mean, there's always next time. Like, we're going to do bets each week with these, so one of them's going to come in, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to, hasn't it? Francis Ngannou. Jesus.
Wait, do you not want to talk about Cejudo retiring? What the fuck?
Yeah, but I think it's...
Genius move.
Yeah, it's a publicity stunt as well, isn't it? He wants the money. And he deserves...
Oh, you think he'll come back?
No one's ever retired properly, had he, in boxing and MMA?
Never.
I think he'd come back. If they give him a good paycheck and the right fight aligned itself, yeah, I do. I think he'd come back. But fair play to him, He's done it all, like he said. He's defended the belts, won the belts. So if he feels like he's done and there's nothing much more to do, let all these other ones scrap it out. And if someone comes to the top, because you never know, sometimes a superstar can come out of nowhere. And if another bantamweight superstar comes out, he'll be first one up, won't he?
100%. But I honestly feel like him retiring last night was the best move he could have made.
Clever.
Because think about it. He's beat Demetrius Johnson. He's beat TJ Dillashaw. And now he's beat Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
And he's a double champ and he's just retired. Like, he's retired on top. So when people look back and think, who is one of the best of all time?
On paper.
He'll be that person, Henry Cejudo. He'll be up there with John Jones, with GSP, with Anderson Silva as one of the greatest of all times because he's retired on top. None of them have done that.
Yeah, I know.
And the way John Jones, I know this is separate side note, but the way John Jones has been fighting recently, he doesn't look as good as he used to. He's getting all these decision wins and split decisions. I think Henry Cejudo could be the GOAT besides GSP. After last night. I
mean, it's good, isn't it? If he can retire on top and he doesn't come back and you look at him on paper in 15, 20 years' time.
But that's the big if there, if he doesn't come back. But I think he will. They're fighters, aren't they? They want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, even look at GSP. When he come back, he waited for a good opportunity, a good fight, what he thought he could win. Moved up a weight, beat Bisping, 185 pound at middleweight. And he's gone down even more in history because he's gone up and won that second belt. But you know what? Time will tell if he's going to retire because he wants to settle down, have a family. Fair play to him. He's dedicated his life to wrestling, fighting, everything else. So he's made enough sacrifices. And if he's got money in the bank, fair play to him. Good luck to him.
But I think Dana's going to convince him behind the scenes and be like, listen, if you want to make the big money now's the time because you're that big of a superstar for last night.
But when you say the big money, they're not going to pay him big money, are they? Because I don't think he brings the eyes. He's not a pay-per-view draw, I wouldn't say. People are starting to like him and people want to see him more, don't get me wrong, but he's not a pay-per-view draw.
True. But
people will tune in because they want to see him.
Tune in because they want to see him lose now because he's cocky, isn't he?
He's a fucker, isn't he?
Triple C, he's just cringy, but it works for him. It fucking works for him, man.
Yeah, he's found his little thing, hasn't he?
Francis Ngannou. Oh my God. I told you he'd beat him. You thought Rosenstruik was going to win, didn't you?
Listen, if you go back and watch Rosenstruik's fights, he's good. Honestly, he is. He's good.
Fucking good. They're all good until they fight Francis. He's a fucking monster.
But what's weird, you can actually see the power when it hits. Do you know with a lot of these fighters, like you watch Justin Gaethje and you watch Ferguson, when he's hitting him, you know he's hitting him. But when Francis Ngannou hits people,
you know, they get lights out.
Oh my God, you can just see the force coming through with his shoulder, his arm, his back. And once it's like a club, isn't it? He just hits him with a club and he's absolutely fucking goners. His technique's not clean.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. His chin was up in the air and he was just swinging.
Yeah, he was swinging, winging. And then as soon as he clips him with that left, boom, he's gone, innit?
Okay, now. Which just goes to show how fucking good Stipe is.
Yeah, I know, I said that.
Because he dominated Francis. Yeah, he did it with wrestling, but he still dominated him.
I know. No, you're right. It does. You go back and you have a look how... Because Stipe, he took a couple of shots, didn't he?
He's a beast, man.
But once he got him down on the floor and tied him out, it was game over. But what would you do next with Francis?
He's got to get the shot. After Stipe and DC do the trilogy fight, he has to get a title shot.
That's if they do the trilogy fight.
But I don't see him ever beating a wrestler like DC or Stipe.
I mean, even DC said it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He would have already took him down because that's what he does. And do you know what? As big as he is, he's not that big when he's flat on his back with a 250-pound man on top of him, is he?
I know. When DC eating those crisps all the time, he's probably 260 now, isn't he?
Yeah,
DC he's a
chicken
beast.
Wings.
Like Stipe, don't get me wrong, he's a good wrestler, but DC is a far superior wrestler. So if he fights again after the Stipe fight, if they fight each other, and he fights Francis, I just don't see Francis getting out that fight past the third round.
I want Champis. Champis. I just called him Champis. I want Francis be champ. I'm calling him Champis from now on. That's his new nickname, Champis Ngannou.
Listen, I'd love to see him fight. I'd love to see him be champ, but he doesn't have the wrestling. Like, how much could he have improved his wrestling after that Stipe fight? In a few years, not that much, really.
Yeah, but
like Stipe is just going to do exactly the same as last time.
Depends how much he's been working on it. But when Champis has got the championship belt, there's no taking it off him. Champis Ngannou, mark my words. Well, I think he will be champ, and once he is, he touches you and it's lights out. See you later. And then they wake up when they're in the fucking dressing room in back. He literally was like snoring, wasn't he? He was gone.
I know, he's up against the cage,
gone.
like, sleeping.
But
I think DC. I mean, remember when Francis Ngannou finished Velasquez? He finished him, and DC said he wanted to fight Francis. He doesn't care about rankings, because this was back when he was champ. He doesn't care about rankings. He just wants to fight Francis. So I honestly think if DC fights Stipe and beats him, he'll want to fight Francis. He'll officially retire, but I think he'll come out of retirement just to fight Francis, just to defend his friend Kane.
Yeah, defend his friend Kane. No, I think he could be right.
Fuck you.
I think he could be right, but I think they'd do an interim title. And then DC could be interim title at light heavyweight, title at light heavyweight, interim title at heavyweight, championship belt heavyweight. And then he's done it all, hasn't he?
Has he?
Yeah, because he won the interim first, didn't he, against Anthony Johnson?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, was it Gus? No, it was Anthony Johnson.
No, that was for the actual belt, because that was when John Jones did the hit and run, wasn't it?
Has he never had an interim title?
I don't think so.
5? Yeah, it's messy, isn't it? Anyway,
the interim titles, they don't really mean anything.
We'll see what happens. But if Francis fights again and it's not against the champion, they've got to put a belt on the line. He'd look sick with a gold strap, wouldn't he?
He would look sick. Absolutely sick. I was just in my own world then looking at Bryce Mitchell. Like, I know we're skipping ahead there, but fuck me, he looked good.
I didn't see it.
Oh, Richard. He was trying to put Rosa in that twister. And then he nearly had it like a million times. He literally shot for the takedown and he was straight into the twister. It was crazy.
I didn't see it. How did he stop him?
Look at that. It was decision. 30-24.
Jesus, he's battered him there, hasn't he?
Dominated him. From start to finish, absolutely dominated him.
No, I didn't see the early prelims. I only saw the prelims and the main card. Calvin Stevens.
Wow. How fucking good. How do you pronounce his name? Qatar or? Kata.
Calvin Kattar, I think.
Qatar, he looked a little bit slow to begin with, but then he started picking his shots and finding his rhythm, and then he just fucking finished him, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost the first round. In fact, I'd say he got battered in the first round. He couldn't get near him, and then he come out in the second round, and he found his rhythm. But see the cut, was it the elbow that opened the cut up?
Yeah, I think it was.
But Stevens is a fucking, he's a full-on fighter, isn't he?
What, your brother?
He's a beast, though, isn't he?
You fucking look like Stevens, you know. He is a beast. He's an absolute beast.
He's a fucking savage.
He's a real finish like that. It just goes to show how fucking strong these guys are. These fighters are.
I mean, Calvin Kattar now, he's put himself right up there, hasn't he?
Yeah, and don't forget, Stevens came into this overweight. What was it, like 5.5 pounds overweight?
Yeah, 4 or 5 pounds overweight. Yeah,
and he still finished him. So it just goes to show how good this kid is.
Yeah, he is. I think he's got a bright future, and he's got a real good chance now of getting a good opponent, and maybe one fight, and he's up there.
Without a doubt. I'd love to see that rematch with Zabit as a 5-rounder, maybe a fight night, 5 rounds, main event.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
That would be good. You know what? I didn't watch the Greg Hardy fight.
Shit.
Was it shit? Yeah.
I mean, listen, they were cracking, and I tell you what, for the size of that De Castro, he looked good, you know.
Yeah.
He did. He looked good. I actually thought that he won.
But it was 30-27.
Honestly, I thought he won. He was hitting him with some good shots. But I tell you what, Greg Hardy was so much more bigger than him.
Was he?
Yeah. That other guy's a 205er all day.
See, I feel like sometimes they put like superstar. Well, he's not really a superstar, but they put big stars like Greg Hardy against these people just so they get a few wins under their belt.
I don't know. He's scary, man. He got a good knockout in his last fight.
Oh, man, if you find anyone at heavyweight, they're scary guys. You know what I mean? You'll know that firsthand when you...
You got to be careful with his weight, I tell you. Wait till you grapple. Wait, you're all tough. You're all tough, man. You're all tough, man, aren't you?
Wait, but I will submit you. All right?
You're all tough, man, on the camera. You won't last 2 minutes because you've got no fucking cardio.
I need to work on my cardio, I do. But you know who doesn't need to work on the cardio? Fucking Anthony Pettis and Donald Cerrone.
Yeah, I know. It was a decent fight, that, wasn't it?
Did you watch it from start to finish?
Yeah, good fight.
Very good. You know, did you see Anthony Pettis' face when the results got shown? He was like shocked that he won.
Yeah, he was, but I thought he won, didn't you?
I thought he won that fight as well. But then when you're fighting, when you're in there, you don't know what the fuck's going on, do you? I'm assuming.
It was a close fight, and I think Cowboy turned up more because he's like his mate, innit? There was no shit talking. He could just get in, do his job, and he didn't have to think about it, or didn't have to worry about who was fighting. Because apparently they're pretty good mates, and I seen a picture on social media after when they're both having a beer together.
They're having a beer together after it? Oh, sick. Love that.
I mean, Cowboy's always having a beer, innit?
It was brutal, though, when fucking Pettis poked him in the eye, and the ref was like, no eye poke. And
then he just
went. Poked him in the eye, and he was for it.
Yeah, Pettis just went for it, didn't he? But I suppose you've got to. If the ref doesn't stop it, you've just got to carry on, haven't you?
Exactly. Like, not everyone's going to stop it like Keith Peterson, your brother, does, but...
I look nothing like Keith Peterson.
Are you messing?
Go on, bring it back up.
Okay, this picture, not so much, but I promise you...
what the fuck is that picture on the right? Jesus.
That's a fucking gremlin playing Fortnite for 25 hours.
Wow, what is going on there? That's shocking, that. I mean, I'd say Keith Peterson's actually better looking than me on that picture.
You look spit of each other, man. Absolute spit of each other. We should get a T-shirt made with you and him on it together.
No, we should get a T-shirt of you and Joanna on. Listen, I'm glad you want to play these games.
Are you saying I look like Joanna?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
When the hell have you ever said that I look like Joanna?
You got the same skin texture. You are so pale. Look at the light is fucking bouncing off your head right now.
Fuck you, Richard. Fuck you. Listen, I do not look like fucking Joanna. But Joanna, oh my God, I can't wait to see her that rematch. I can't wait to see her fight.
Which rematch? I can't fucking see because the light is bouncing. I need to go and get my sunglasses.
What's the champ's name again? I've forgotten her name.
Jung Wei Lee.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that fight again.
Why is that picture still on my screen? Take that picture off.
It keeps on popping up.
Man, take that picture off.
I can't believe you think I look like Ioane. Hold on, let me just do
No, I'll get a better one than that. Ioana's just off the top of my head, but go on, get Ioana up.
Look, the similarity. Hold on.
Man.
Look at the similarities. You with your eye there, his eyes, the face, the bone structure, everything.
What's going on with my teeth there, by the way?
But yeah, it was a sick card. It was a really sick card. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. And I'm gutted we couldn't watch it together and get pissed up, but we shall do it next one.
I know. I'm gutted about Dominic Cruz, to be completely honest with you. I'm gutted.
Why? Because we would have won $4,000, or just because you got?
Oh no, I wasn't even thinking about the $4,000. I'm gutted that he lost. I wanted him to come back and win and become champion again, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
He'd have gone down as the greatest ever, then, wouldn't he?
In that weight class for sure, 100%. But GSP is the GOAT. Who's your GOAT, by the way?
Tough question. I don't know yet.
You don't have a GOAT?
No, not yet. I mean, if I'm going to say one, it's probably Jones.
I knew you were going to say Jones. That's the easy pick.
Is it though when you look at Khabib? Or you look at... I like DC as the GOAT, me.
I mean, yeah, but he got knocked out in that second fight against John Jones, didn't he? Or TKO'd. And I know Jones was on like a picogram or whatever the hell it is, but he still got finished, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I don't know.
He's got finished by Stipe. I think, honestly, I've been thinking about this a lot. I sent you that big, long essay, and I think GSP is the GOAT. John Jones, he's had all these close decisions. The only close fight GSP's had, apart from his upset loss to Matt Serra,
Matt Serra? Serra? Wait, let me just Google him.
You little shit. Yeah, the only close fight was against Johnny Hendricks. And Johnny Hendricks, have you seen him now? Fucking hell, he was definitely on steroids when they fought, because now he looks like a fucking heavyweight.
Does he? Is he put some pounds on? He's like a proper farmer though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a proper farmer with like a
proper redneck.
Oh my God.
He is though, isn't he? Do you know what he reminds me of? Johnny Hendricks. Ozark. In Ozark, that old guy, that farmer, he's going to end up like him, isn't he?
Which one?
In the first or second series with a shotgun.
He does. He's like him, man. He's like him. But yeah, GSP is my GOAT without a doubt. He's come back, double champ, middleweight, welterweight. If he comes back and fights Khabib, hands down, without a doubt, best of all time.
I'd love to see that, but I don't think we will.
It might happen. I catch weight. Who knows? 165 pounds.
Yeah, we'll see, won't we? We'll see.
We will. You got any funny videos for me? Any
funny
videos?
No, I've not actually. I'll have some though. Don't worry, they'll be coming episode 3, episode 4.
Yeah, this was just a quick off the cuff episode, wasn't it?
Off the cuff. We thought we'd get one in while it's so fresh. What's your plans this week though? In fact, it's a big night tonight.
Why?
Do you not know what's going on tonight?
You mean with the government and everything?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you pulled it out of the bag there. I thought you'd fucking.
Yeah, fuck you.
Go on, tell me what's going on tonight.
I don't know. No one knows, do they, until Boris announces it.
What do you think is going to be said?
I think it's stupid if they lift this lockdown, because people are going to start leaving their houses. There's no vaccine. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to happen all over again.
Yeah. No, I know.
What do you think's going to happen?
I don't think he'll lift, and I don't think he'll change that much. And I also think once he does, it's just going to be a fucking piss pot war zone. Everyone's just going to be... Brits are different, aren't they? As soon as they give him an inch, everyone's just going to be steaming. Nice weather will be out. Barbecues will be out. There'll be 50 people at a barbecue. I think it'll be wild, me. And then, well, it's not going to look good, is it, if that happens and then we get more cases? And I might be a politician, you know.
Hey, you'd be a sick politician.
You'd be fucking great, because you just live in a bubble. You have no... What would you do if you was politician right now? Or if you was a prime minister and you was making all decisions, what would you do right now?
All right, this just popped into my head, so this is what I'd do. I'd get Elon Musk on the phone, yeah. Be like, when's this whole thing happening with Mars? Speed that along, and then just ship everyone over to Mars. Boom, problem sorted. No more coronavirus.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
that's fucking genius. So fuck you, you little bitch. What would you do?
What would I do? Do you know what I would do?
Go on.
I'd get a manufacturer to make 50 million boats, like 4-man boats, and then everyone gets allocated a boat, and then they all have to live in.
What the fuck's a boat? What the fuck's a boat? They wouldn't know what to make. What are you chatting about?
A boat. How do you say boat in Scouse?
Just boat.
Just boat. No, but I would, and then everyone can just live on the boat in the sea. That's a shit idea.
That is the shittest idea I've ever heard in my life. They're struggling to make masks right now, and you want them to make fucking 50 million boats. Listen, you started this conversation trying to rip into me, and you've come out of it looking like a fucking...
Oh my God, I've just thought. I know what I'd do. I fucking know what I'd do.
I'll give you one more chance.
Right, this is what I'd do. Have you seen Avatar?
Yeah, great film.
I'd just get everyone a new avatar, and we'd all just live in this computer world, in this avatar thing where you've got to get your little ponytail, get it on a dragon, off you fucking go, get it on a horse, get your bow and arrow, feel the forest. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I love that fucking
film. The fucking forest.
Yeah, I love that fucking film. You just got to embrace the forest.
Oh, they're making another Avatar.
Wait, have you seen Avatar?
Yeah, I've seen it, man.
So why are you laughing at Feel the Forest?
Is that like a quote in Avatar?
I fucking love Jake Sully, me. He's the man in it.
Is that a quote in Avatar?
Wait, that's like top 3 films for me, Avatar. What's yours?
Well, top 3, what are your other 2?
I mean, Titanic's
Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic's up there. Without a Paddle's a crack, I like that.
Sick film.
That's a good film. Go on, give me 3.
My favourite films, man. I'm going to sound super gay here, but I like rom-coms. I like That Awkward Moment.
Like what, though? What is that film?
That Awkward Moment. Man, you never seen That Awkward Moment with Zac Efron?
No.
My brother, sick film. Watch
Your
that.
Brother? Chill out, kid.
Man, that Awkward Moment. Stop being sly. That Awkward Moment, top 3. What's that film with Seth Rogen, the Christmas one, The Night Before?
Oh, that's a great film.
That's my favourite film. Oh, actually.
Yeah, but Christmas films is a different section, isn't it?
I mean, I feel like you can watch that year round. It's that good.
Yeah, it's a good film, isn't it?
And my favourite film of all time, that's number 2, my favourite film of all time. You ready for it? Do a little drum.
Ooh.
La La Land.
Never seen it.
You never seen La La Land?
No.
You like musicals?
Nope.
I don't like musicals, but this musical, it just hits you in the heart, man. It's good. You'll like it. You'll cry.
Well, you've given me 3 absolute fucking shit films there.
You've not seen... You like The Night Before?
You give me 1, but that's a Christmas one, so that's a different category.
Listen, nothing is worse than what you just said about building 50 million boats. What the fuck are you on about, lad?
Come on, I brought it back when I mentioned Avatar, didn't I?
Yeah, the Avatar was good. I feel like my idea is the best because it could actually happen.
Yeah, but Elon Musk is a while from doing that. Did you hear the other podcast?
With Joe Rogan, I haven't watched it yet.
He's on about this chip, and they're putting chips in the back of your head, and it can repair nerve damage and your eyesight. Honestly, you need to listen to it.
What, is it something he's working on?
Something he's designing, yeah.
What, for people with like brain damage and stuff like that?
Yeah, and people that have had, strokes and stuff, and they lose half the body. And honestly, it's mad. You want to listen to him? He's a smart motherfucker, isn't he?
Man, very clever.
But he's a bit awkward, isn't he? Like, I feel like if I had a conversation with him, there'd be a few awkward silences. Like when me and you speaking, sometimes it's awkward.
You mean at the end of every phone call where you do the same thing?
Oh, let's talk about this.
What are you doing there? What are you doing with the rest of your day, man? And I know for a fact that's you saying, listen, fuck off now. I want to go and watch TV. Every time you say it, it stops for a moment. It goes, there's silence. And then you go, so what are you doing today, man? And I tell you what I'm doing. And then you're like, yeah, so anyway, man, I'm gonna grab a bite to eat. I'll give you a bell after, and then a few hours later, I'm still waiting for your text or your call, and it never comes.
No,
that's your way of ending the call every single time.
No, I said drop you a text after.
Yeah,
all right. I'll tweet
you know that you do that.
Yeah, I'll drop you a text
Text
after.
never comes. It never comes.
Maybe I need to think about sending that text because you're not the only person I promise it to.
I know you need to change that, man. New Year's resolution for next year.
Yeah, 100%. So what's the plans this week then?
See, he's doing it now, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm being serious. What are your plans this week?
Work. What have I got? What am I doing tomorrow? Work. Tomorrow's cardio day.
Oh.
Insanity, baby. Let's go. Let's do this.
I'm waiting on your 5K. I want a 5K run out of you.
How was your 5K going? What's your time now?
24, around 24:30, I think, off the top of my head. But I've been doing it in the weighted vest, and I've been going like 28, 29.
You've done 28 minutes in the weighted vest, 5K.
Yeah.
That's fucking good, that.
And on Friday, it was arm day. So when I was in the garage having a look, I found these 1 kilogram weights with like a Velcro strap on. And I did 5K with them. But if you run 5K with 1 kilogram weights, you feel it at the end. Fucking hell.
And what about when you took those weights off? How did you feel? You feel like you can fucking fly, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Especially when you've run with the weighted vest. I don't know whether it's 20 kilogram or 25. But I don't think it's very good for you to do it every day. Like last week or the week before, I did it every day, 5K with a weighted vest. But your joints and my knees and my calves, even my Achilles at the bottom, stiff as a board. I'm waking up like Tin Man every single morning.
It's just because your body's not used to it.
Try a second.
Try doing some pull-ups with that weighted vest.
Jesus, you're joking.
Yeah, no, you'll be able to do it. If you can do pull-ups with your
barely pull myself up, Zach.
You can do pull-ups, can't you?
I can barely pull my trousers up.
No, but you can do pull-ups. No problem.
Yeah. I can do.
Try it with the weighted vest, man. And then when you take the weighted vest off and you start doing those pull-ups, oh my God, you feel like you can just shoot up into the air.
You're good though, aren't you? That's what you do. Calisthenics is your thing, whereas me,
body weight. Yeah.
That's not my thing. That I'm 5K and weights and everything else is. I can do a bit. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a calisthenics boy like you.
You know what? If I didn't have such dodgy shoulders, I'd like try out the human flag. You know that one where you go on the pole and your body goes like that. But man, I went to a calisthenics boot camp and I tried that, and everyone was fucking watching me. And I went and did it, and then my fucking arm popped out.
Out fully.
Subluxed, so popped out and then popped back in. And they're like, Zach, what are you doing? I'm like, go on, someone else have their go now. Someone else have their go. Acting like I'm fine. I was thinking in the back of my head, why the fuck am I here doing this?
You need to get your shoulders sorted, you know.
I know, but what do you do? Like, do you have an operation for that?
I'm guessing so. There's something that's weak there's something not right, isn't there? If your shoulders are popping out.
So annoying, man.
I don't know what they could do because you've had it for a long time, haven't you?
Ages, man. Ages.
Well, I've got no injuries because I'm a fucking athlete. I go all day, every day. They call me Mr. Goggins. That's David Goggins. He's the man.
Hey!
What, you're lagging because you caveman internet? I didn't see what you said.
Is it lagging?
Go on, what did you say?
I said that was gay. No, but Goggins is a cool guy, man. I want to read his book. I want to listen to it.
Download it on Audible.
Have you been listening to Dan Hardy's audiobook?
No, it doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
It's not working on my phone. I'll have to show you. I'll give you a buzz after, yeah? I'll see you after. No, but you will. You have to run me through it because I don't know what's going on with it.
Have you logged into the right account?
Yeah, I think so. What's your password again?
It's well, yeah, it was a sick card, absolutely amazing card, and it's been a good podcast, hasn't it? Straight off the bat,
easy work, straight out of the pajamas, straight onto the podcast.
Yeah. What are you doing today, anyway?
Are you doing what I do? Right. Listen, for everyone that's listened to episode 2, this is the Commonsenseless Podcast with the LoveRat. Over and out. Done. I'll speak to you soon. See you in a bit, bro.
Peace.